Hey everybody. Hey, how was your Friday? Happy Friday. How is everything going? What's going on? Anyway, right now I am obviously you can see from the background here to talk about this trailers episode. I just watched it like literally right now. And I love Fridays for Traitors, man. Trust me, I got a lot of shit going on in my life right now. Traitors is just one thing that is making me smile, really. Like, first of all, Rob must be the most foolish. He did the most foolish thing, and he must be the most foolish traitor ever. Because we'll get into that, but it's just crazy, man. This episode was epic, very epic, because finally Ron is out of the game, which is sad. I did not want Ron to leave this way, but at the same time, I wanted them to get him out so that they can start using their head. Maybe when they see that, okay, stop following majority. Sometimes you don't have to follow the majority. Be smart for once. Stop following culting and think for yourself. I understand, yeah, it's better to just go with the majority than diverting and giving an explanation and all that. But you have to sometimes think for yourself. It's not like the rule is that, oh, you must follow the majority. Nah, it's just because of it's a smarter and safer option. But man, 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 this episode, I gotta give it to them. Every episode, there is no episode that I fell asleep just for a bit. Maybe when who was talking, maybe who don't I like that was talking and maybe I must have fallen asleep then. Maybe when Portia, I'm just joking. I don't hate Portia, but Portia did mess up my Nigerian guy Simon go by there. Is it Simon? Yeah. But Portia is a good digger. Anyway, let me not talk like that. But yeah, you know, uh, maybe when Portia was talking, I was falling asleep. I'm just joking. Anyway, Portia is funny, but she could be she overacts and she can be annoying. She can really be annoying and she's devious sometimes. Give her the chance and she'll be devious. So yeah, I think that was the only time, I I must have blinked my eyes small, not even falling asleep because so far she not have so many scenes. But yeah, but trust me, every episode has been better than the last, than the last, than the last, than the last, than the last. It's such a good show. It's becoming one of my favorite shows. Like one of my favorite. I said I'm going to stop Housewives. I'm going to stop a lot of reality show, but I don't think I'll stop Traitors. I think I like Southern Hospitality and I don't think I'll stop the Valley, but I'll stop Housewives. Housewives is getting stupider by the moment, and we'll get into that another time. It's getting stupider, but Traitors, oh, nah, nah, nah. It's a good show. It's a good show. But I know there'll be a time where it will get lower. But anyway, this episode was epic. This episode was epic. Good, very good. I like culting. I want culting, like I always say, like me and my friend always say, as long as you have a good strategy and you play the game good, we want you to stay. It's all about playing the game. It's not about your faves right now. And Cousin is playing the game good, and who won't want him to stay? It's just play the game good. It's not about, oh, I like this person, I don't want this person now. Nah. If not, nobody will go out. Everybody likes somebody. I did not want Tiffany to go out at that point, but she had to, you know. So it's like it's not about your faves and everything. It's just play the game with your sixth sense. Play it with your sixth sense and play it well. And I really like Colton for that. He plays it well. He plays it with his sixth sense. He plays it very good. Okay, play it with your five sense because your sixth sense, the game really is a game of luck because you really cannot know the traitor except you really know the person's behavior. Yeah, you really cannot just know easily. But yeah, it's getting good by the moment, by the season. And everything. I really, really am liking. I really love this episode, and I'm really liking as it's going on. I really like it as it's going on. And then the round table, the banquet. I can't wait for that. I have a feeling that she will make, and I knew Rob was going to write Lisa's name down. Yeah, let's even get into that because I plan to just do this video for just 10 minutes. Oh, because this is not something you can follow up episode by episode. I mean, you can like talk about each and every part now. So let me just explain something. Rob needs to literally, yeah, he needs to be a faithful. He's not a good trait, and I've been saying it for a while. He wasn't even that interested in Love Island. He's not even being a good traitor. I don't completely dislike him. I think he's a genuine person, and he gives me casual vibes. I like all those Southern people. He gives me Southern, like Texas, all those kind of things, with the whole, what do you call it? He wears, you know. I've forgotten. It's just skipped my mind right now. But I love the way he dresses and the way his vibe is. He gives me Southern vibe, and I like Southern and everything. I don't dislike him and anything, but he's very, when you see people making stupid decisions and they don't know how to play a game well, you get pissed off. He had no reason to vote Lisa, to put Lisa, because Lisa wasn't even how stupid could you be? Even if you want her gone, that wasn't the moment. She wasn't even a majority contestant in that. It was between Ron and Colton, and mostly Ron. So he was risking it with his fellow traitors, and now they don't trust him, and now he's at risk. Because once your fellow traitors don't trust you, it's also very possible that surely his name will surely come up. Trust me. And him writing this as, he just did the most stupid thing. If her name was the most, I would have said, okay, it makes sense. As in, not even that it makes sense. Then in that case, she's going to surely go out, or close to the no most. But it was between Colton and Ron. You had no reason to put down her name. Colton just introduced her name to most people at the round table, at that round table. So you knew very well that, and you knew whose names were being passed around. It was mostly Ron. So you had no reason. And he made that mistake was too huge on his part. He made the most silly decision. He gotta be smart, man. He gotta be smart. Because it really made him look very silly. Like, I was like, man, really? So it's like, it's not even even if, yes, he had the intention, because I think he really wanted to write Lisa's name, that he could care less for those traitors, but I feel he really wanted to write Lisa's name down, because he did like Ron at the final moment, and he also did like Colton. So I think he might even be gay. Who knows? You never know. No, but I don't think he would like Ron in that aspect. But I think he might like Colton in that aspect. I'm just joking. But he really did like Ron, and then he now, as in, he also liked Colton. So you know, I knew he was going to write Lisa's name down, but he did not do it at the right moment. That is just my thing. Even if you don't like Lisa, you would have done it at the right moment when you see majority or close to majority. Then you can even explain to her, but everybody was going. So if I had written, then it will make more sense. But it will even be harder to explain that one than this one. You know. It's impossible to explain this one. Man, they would never trust you. And now you're at risk with your fellow traitors. And as a faithful, you will just want, once they might even suspect you, because yeah, he's a very calm guy. It's cut and run, man. Cut and run. But anyway, you gotta play the game. Who knows whether Lisa would have done the same and anything. I I don't think I would have done that if I was in his shoes at that point. But I can't also blame when you're in that situation. As in, I can't blame him, but you never know, let me just say that. So it's a terrible decision at the end of the day, but it's not the worst thing. It's the worst thing in the world, but it's not the worst thing in the world, because who knows whether if it was Lisa's son, she would have not written his name. She really did wanted him out, all those things. And then Candice, I I like the fact that Candice tries to speak and everything, but her she needs to also watch her body movement. But I don't think she will get caught that way, because the good thing, I feel Candice can really get away, because Candice, one of the good things she has, and one of the good things she did, is that she tried to be moderate, speak when it's necessary, and then have a voice so that she won't be okay left in the corner. Don't you speak much? As in, doesn't Candy speak like the way they did for Lisa and everything, And I really like that. Oh, nice, passing 10 minutes. Okay, I'll try to stop you at 20 minutes, but let's see, you know. Anyway, back to what I'm saying. Don't you see the way others speak? Why is Candice not speaking? All those kind of things. I think it was is smart on her part for that, which is has helped her, whether she planned it or whether I don't think she planned it, but it just happened that it was moderate for her, and luckily people now know her stance in that camp. So it will be hard to get her of they might even more of vote Dorinda of than vote Candice, because people have heard that Candice's voice. They know how she votes, they know how she is and everything, they know, okay, Candice is not, she has been vocal enough in the on the round table, the people who could be at risk. I feel during that time could come, but I don't know yet. you know Colton surely he's one of the next people in the banishment. Him and Lisa, and I don't know, him and Lisa, I don't know of Rob. I really don't know. I don't know. Lucky. I think Rob is just charming them up. Or rather, he's just, he's just part of the majority in their eyes of the faithful. But you never know. And it comes out to be true that he's a traitor. Anyway, so yeah, you know that is what I can say about all that. This episode, like I said, was epic. I give it a 8/10. The reason why I can't give it a 9/10 is because, yeah, little things pissed me off, but it was good. It was good. Okay, I can give it a 9, but not a 9 point something. I'll give it a 9/10. But it's not a 10/10. At that point, I need to calm down. Even Game of Thrones is not a 10/10 on my list. I have hardly had, maybe Big Bang Theory. It's not really a 10/10, but Big Bang Theory is a 9.7. You guys know it's my favorite show. Big Bang Theory. So for this show to even be a 9 for me on my list, that shows you how good I'm enjoying it. It's Big Bang Theory. Sometimes I don't even want the episode to end. That's to tell you how much people enjoy shows. Big Bang Theory, Bob Hatabshala is also a Boba Sapshala is even 8.9. Okay, let me say a 9.1. Let me say 9.1. That one is one of my favorite shows. Also, I used to have many favorite, okay, not many, like five favorite show, five favorite movie, but now I just have five in total movies and shows. You guys know them. One day I'll do a little talk on myself and everything. But yeah, this episode of Traitors, I'll give it a 9. It's a 9. It's a 9. Okay, let me say 8.9. I don't give it that 9 because there's still some hiccups, but I'll give it. It was really good. They always do well. And Alan is an excellent. I think this is the first time, even if he's acting feminine and he's doing too much and everything, this is the first time we are all satisfied. It fits the show. It's good for the show. It's makes it even more epic, more interesting, Alan. So Alan, which is the host, by the way, Alan Connie. And so he really does well and everything. He fits for the show, and I like the way he talked, the way he's going to be in Doomsday, by the way, which is crazy. Imagine him in Doomsday. I don't know what he's going to do. Well, they'll just give him a like, I don't know what's going to do. But I like the guy because he seems very down to earth in a way, you know. And okay, not down to earth. He seems. I just like him based on the show anyway. you know. All right, guys. And one more person they need to remove. I don't know. That Mora girl annoys me. Does she annoy anybody else? She really annoys me. She's a beautiful lady girl, and she was in Love Island, I think. Yeah, but she really looks annoying. I think I remember when she was. I remember a white party, or rather, they were white, and there was a reunion where two guys were arguing. I don't know if that was her. I think that was her that she wore one dress. Her hair was not like, yeah, I think it's her. If she, oh, no wonder she has always annoyed me. But it is what it is, with her British accent. Queen's English. All right, guys. Nothing against the Brits. You guys know I also love the Brits. I love the Brits. I love the Americans. I love people. All right, guys. Yeah, that's it. Like I said, I'll give this episode a 9/10. And Rob did a stupid ass decision. He has been made. He does not just fit being a traitor, and he even said he should, which I believe he should be a faithful, because that was a stupid ass. I would have understood if majority was on Lisa's name or close to majority, but this one, we all knew who they were going for in that night. So he made a stupid ass decision. So yeah, they need to all have a mind on their own. So this episode was a 9 out. Let's see how next episode will be. And I'm waiting. I'm so waiting. I was dying throughout this episode. Why can't I see when they finally meet up? I did not want that downstairs. I wanted where they were free to talk. They are traitors, layer. Where they're free. I wanted to see their whole because I'm sure Lisa is filming. I knew she was filming in her. I wouldn't be filming, because I'm sure they did have their eye on Rob on how he was at first it was Candice, but I think they had. Now I'm sure she's filming. All right, guys. The show was good. It was good. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.